Every day in Illinois, 1,400 baby boomers reach retirement age. Every day. According to the Illinois Policy Institute, with more workers leaving the workforce than entering it, the pension gap is going to grow to over $130 billion by 2024. But there is hope. It's the Federal Reserve. You see, on April 17th, an idea was floated by the Federal Reserve that went bump. Since Illinois already has one of the nation's highest state income taxes, you cannot tax people more, right? Where else could revenues be raised to cover the promises made by the government to millions of state, county, and municipal employees to provide them full pay during their retirement? Well, that's when somebody stood up from the Federal Reserve. It's simple. We can't tax incomes anymore. We need to raise the property tax as well. This new proposal is to add an additional 1% annual tax on the value of all homes and real estate. Now, Illinois already has the highest property tax rate in the United States. It averages 2.5% across the state. But adding another 1%, that's no big deal. I mean, people won't even notice it, right? Imagine you're a retired factory worker. You're living on a fixed income in a home with a value of $315,000. You currently pay property taxes every year of $7,465. But to cover the current $150 billion pension shortfall, the Federal Reserve is recommending that you now pay a property tax of $10,710 a year. That amounts to a 41% tax increase on every homeowner, every farmer, every rental property owner in the entire state. $892 per month. Now, how are you going to do that on a fixed income? That was probably what you paid for that mortgage on your house. Under the Fed's new program to cover overbloated pensions, the residents of Illinois are basically being asked to buy their homes all over again, except not really buy them, because buying implies that you own it and you have possession of it. But this is more of renting every month for the rest of your life with no additional equity, no real ownership, because under this program, you don't own your property because the government does. You're a serf. You're being asked to pay the government for the privilege of living on land that you paid for and then living inside the home that you paid for. Oh, that's too harsh. That's not right. You think it's not true? Miss a few payments. What happens? To get the taxes, the rent you now owe them for your own land, the government will just take your home, sell it off to pay the taxes, keep their share, and give you whatever remains after ye old tax collector has filled the government's coffers. Wait a minute, it's my land. No, it's not. No, it's not. You know, we had Bill O'Reilly on the show last Friday, and do you remember what he said? He said the government has got itself so far in debt, taxing income no longer works. Even if they tax incomes of 70, 80, 90%, it will not raise enough money to cover the empty promises that they have made. So they have to start confiscating resources from wherever they can get them. Most people's wealth is in their homes. The family home represents the largest single investment and asset for over 85 Americans. Bill O'Reilly said it plainly last Friday. Most Americans don't realize and haven't yet accepted that the government will come for you. They will take your home to pay for their promises. As crazy as that sounded on Friday, here it is. We have it actually proposed by the Federal Reserve of Chicago to go beyond taxing income and start confiscating the American dream, the family home, the farms, the corner store. You want to know what's funny about this? Or sad? I'm not sure anymore. According to the Federal Reserve's proposal, the 41% property tax increase on property owners in Illinois will only cover the first 5 to 7 years of the pension shortfall for the state's largest 4 pensions. That's it. So confiscating the wealth and property of Illinois property owners only kicks the can down the road about 5 years. But don't worry, they'll have a fix for that.